2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Bluff Championship is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam in the booth. And it's hello to Henny Koyak down on the course, following our featured group.
Hi Luke, great to be with you guys. Now this group will be one to watch today. Lots of chatter on social media leading up to this pairing. We have a rookie on tour who has set very specific goals for themselves, and their first one is to beat their playing partner this week.
Love it, Henny. This will make for an extra layer of excitement. It always adds a bit more drama to an event when we can follow a competition within a competition. Can't wait to see what happens in our featured group throughout this tournament. Well, this one looks like it's heading to the sand. And here we are with the third shot. This is one of those lengthy putts. Good one just to get close. Okay, steady now. This is a par putt. Yeah, that one pulled straight off the blade. 6 feet remaining to the cup.
Yeah, putting for bogey here.
Starting the round above par today.
Not what they're looking for. A little nervy out there so far.
One of our on-course reporters, John McCarthy, has been out surveying the scene here in preparation for today's broadcast. John, what are some of the things the players will be looking out for today at Craggy Heights?
Well, Luke, I think one of the first things the players are going to be looking at is really, literally, the shapes of these fairways. They are laid out in a way that often there are little pockets of fairway the players can hit to. And if they do end up safe, they can really open up options on their approach shots, but they're going to have to be confident in their swing to reap those rewards. Another thing to watch for are holes like the 5th, where the fairway narrows significantly the further out you hit your tee shot. There's also holes like the par 4 17th, where you can drive the green, yes, but there is a lot of danger in the form of water and sand around the green to contend with. So it's very much a risk-reward course. Can't wait to just sit back and watch how these professionals take this course on. Should be a fun week here at Craggy Heights.
If it's up, it could be in. That's a good way to bounce back from the drop shot at the last hole. And with that now, back to level par.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
We have a par 3 on this one. Going with the 6 iron here. This one looks to be heading towards the green. And a quality shot that. Oh, good look at a birdie here. Appears to have overcooked this one. This putt just 5 feet away from the hole. And in it goes for the par. And there's no movement on the leaderboard after that hole. Let's see what happens here on the 4th. Well, I'm sure it looked better in their mind before they hit it. Henny, how's that ball lying?
Oh, this is sitting pretty. I might have to check to see if they teed this up. It's so nice.
Now let's switch our focus to Ricky Fowler.
Birdied their last hole.
Sitting at 2 under. Currently tied for 10th place. Okay, let's get back to the action. And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard. Bit too heavy-handed there. Putting for par. Wow, that's classy. Good save from there.
In the bunker with their tee shot. Nice save indeed.
Trailing by 5 shots after that hole. Teeing off here at the 5th. Oh, absolutely flushed. Few players have had the kind of impact on the game that Ricky Fowler has, and certainly being a fan favourite, Rich. It's funny when you see grown men dressed head to toe in orange supporting this wonderful person, but I know he wants more out of his career bio than what he's got right now.
And he will definitely get it as well, Luke. He's too good of a talent, and he has too much ability to not be a great player and be on the top of the leaderboard. Definitely a few times during the season. He is definitely, if there's a Pied Piper in golf outside of Tiger Woods, I would put my thumb on Ricky Fowler, just because so many people go out there dressed in the orange gear that he has, and whatever he does, they just love it. He's engaging, he's affable, he looks like he is enjoying himself on the golf course, which I truly believe he is. He really is one of these players that's so dynamic and so fun to be around. You can't help but root for him week in and week out.
Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. Let's see what happens here on the 6th. This one looks to be on a pretty good line. That's a great shot into birdie range here at the 6th. Currently a couple under for the round.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
And coming off the birdie, they'll be proud of themselves, a chance to keep it rolling.
That's really not what they were looking for.
Second shot here on the 7th. Now over to Ricky Fowler.
He's currently ahead in this rivalry. Let's see what happens.
Let's return to live play now. Ooh, this would be a great up and down. And he needs this to save par. Ooh, right by the hole. This one just outside 7 feet to the hole. That's a good putt to hole for a bogey. Well, that's a shame. That'll drop them down the standings, that's for sure. Here we find ourselves at the dramatic 8th hole at Craggy Heights, a par 3 playing 198 yards from the back tees.
Look, probably one of those picturesque par 3s on this golf course, if not the one. Obviously, coming up shy is a huge no-no with water lurking there. You're going to see most players hit it deep into the green. Anywhere in the heart of the green really is just fine. Walking off with a par here is just dandy.
And from the bunker here, looking for an up and down. And he's down there. You got a read?
Setting up this putt 17 feet from the cup.
Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? A 7-footer right here.
This is important. Big par putt here.
Nice little putt to hole, that one. Currently 1 under for the day. We've reached the 9th hole. Time to tee off. And what are we looking at here, Henny?
Setting up here from about 170 yards.
Going with the 7.
Well, they've got their eye locked in. Look at that approach shot against Ricky Fowler as well.
It was on a good line. And just a little bit of clean-up work remaining on this hole. In the end, that will be a disappointing par after such a great approach shot. I'm interested in my buddy Beamer's thoughts at this duel after 9 holes.
Well, Luke, this rivalry we have been watching has been fun. This player's behind their rival as we make the turn. It'll be fun to see how this matchup shakes out.
What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
Setting up here from about 185 yards.
This one's going right at the pin here. Oh my, right by the hole. Now let's switch our focus to Ricky Fowler.
He's 1 stroke in front of his rival so far today. Great stuff.
Chance to move up into the top 20 on the leaderboard. A good putt to make here. Well, good move there. Anything north on the leaderboard's always pleasant. Here we are in front of a par 3. Going with the 8-iron here. He's found the surface. Good chance here.
And this one for back-to-back birdies.
A chance to move into the top 10 on the leaderboard here. Oh, he's up, Tiger. That gets the job done. Now over to Ricky Fowler.
He's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
And after that effort, this is how the field is shaping up. He's currently tied for 15th.
Moving up the leaderboard. I like it.
Oh, Rich loves standing on this 12th tee here, a par 5. You're always thinking birdie or perhaps better. Take us through it.
At 555 yards, Luke, there still is a decision to be made off the tee for these players. Do they challenge the fairway bunker, but also bring in the water down the right-hand side, or do they just go ahead and lay it up to the left and make it a 3-shotter? The bold players are going to knock it down to a sliver of an opening, and from there, they're going to be able to go for it. Second shot playing a little bit downhill, a little pond over on the left-hand side can be a little bit nuisance, but all in all, it's a pretty simple, straightforward par 5. Birdies are in order.
Oh, that's great. It just missed the hole. Not bad. Trying to get 2-3 under par with this putt.
If they can sink this, they'll pull ahead of Fowler. This could get interesting.
That was a gallant attempt. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Straight back up this hill. Can be firm here.
Oh, so close. This one's for bogey. Now 5 strokes behind. Let's see what happens here at the 13th.
Nicely done.
And he's down there.
Setting up here from about 175 yards.
Well, that certainly makes putting a lot easier when you can hit a shot like that.
And as good as they putt, you almost have to guarantee this one.
Just 3 feet to the cup. Well hold. Let's move on. And now teeing off on this par 4 hole. And after a par at the last, a chance to perhaps signal some intent. Attaboy, good shot. From around 170 yards here, 5 shots off the lead. Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. Keep your fingers crossed for a bounce to the right. Yeah, not a bad effort, that one. Up onto the green and a chance to hole your putt. Pretty good chance here. This one's for par. Oh, just missed. And down it goes. Let's head to the next. Now let's switch our focus to Ricky Fowler.
Had a big eagle on the last hole.
Looking really good. Ouch, that hurts. And now we can take a look at how that play affects the leaderboard. Teeing off here at the 15th hole. Opting for the 6-iron. This one heading towards the green. And he's safely on the green with that shot. Well, Rich, you think they can make this one?
I really can't say I'm a fan of their chances on this one, Luke, but I tell you what, I've been wrong once before.
What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Just got to trickle this one in the front door. It's downhill.
The old hammer hands putt. Oh, that's frustrating. Well, that's disappointing. This putt's for double. And as the putt drops, 2 over, heading down the stretch. A little slide happening here on the leaderboard. See if he can bounce back. And they'll have to compose themselves now with this tee shot after a double bogey at the last. This one's looking good off the tee. That should find the short stuff. Second shot here on the 16th. Gee, it's metronomic here. Green after green. Gee, golf looks easy when you're playing like this.
Two big hits there, knocking in on this par 5 and 2.
And back to the course with the live action. Trying to get to even par with this putt.
Fantastic play so far, setting this up for the eagle.
Well, that'll play. Trailing by 6 shots after that hole. Oh, don't we love a short par 4, particularly on the penultimate hole, Rich. 17 here, playing under 300 yards.
Luke, at just 283 yards, listen, if you're not going to go for this green, you better just give up your tour card. I mean, literally, this is a begging to be gone. This hole is going to show you what kind of player you truly are. Take out the 3-wooder driver, knock it on the green, make eagle, make the crowd go wild. Anything less than that? No, thank you.
Oh, that was pure. Just didn't drop. Par putt coming up here. Well, that hole's behind us. More to play. Now over to Ricky Fowler.
Oh, he's out in front here in this rivalry, but can he stay that way?
So no movement on the leaderboard, remaining at even overall. Well, it's come down to this, the final hole. Welcome to the 18th.
No harm, no foul there with that shot.
Playing from around 160 yards. This one is right down the pipe. Oh, that one had eyes for the flag the whole way. And this putt for a final score of 71. And that brings to an end his event. Well, I'm sure that wasn't what this player had in mind for this event, but hopefully there's something better in their immediate future.
Yeah, that is putting it very gently there, Luke. Not very much happening at all in this player's game this week.
I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam, and on behalf of all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, it's goodbye for now. 2K Sports and the PGA Tour are delighted to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Serenity Championship is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside major champion Rich Beam in the booth, and it's wonderful to welcome in Henny Koyak, who's out on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, really looking forward to some exciting play from our featured group today. This player has hinted at a rivalry with their playing partner this week.
And this week, Henny, they're looking to beat Harold Varner III. It should be an exciting and entertaining duel.
Absolutely, Luke. Harold Varner III is one of the most charismatic, talkative, and highly skilled players out there on tour. He'll either cut you down with his game or his slick talking. You better be on your guard.
Yes, he's got a sharp tongue and a clever game. Let's see how HV3 goes up against this player in this rivalry.
Wow, did this come out beautifully.
Getting ready to play their third. This one's heading towards the rough, I think. It's fair to say that that approach didn't hit the mark.
Coming up a little short with that effort. Not bad, though.
Oh, wonderfully played chip shot.
You better believe it is great stuff to watch.
So it'll be a bogey on the scorecard to begin the round.
And a stumble on the opening hole never sets the tone very well. It'll be interesting to see how they react.
Let's go down to John McCarthy for our on-course report. And John, you've now had some time to walk the course this week before today's show. What are we in for today at the Jacobson Homestead?
Well, Luke, yes, I love walking around this rural setting. Not a whole lot of trouble to start off with, but things heat up quite a bit when you hit the 7th hole, par 4. Has a dogleg left and a few bunkers and trees to deal with off the tee. Back 9 opens with a narrow and lengthy par 5, but that's really as tricky as it gets. I guess it gets a little swampy on the 15th, but the water generally won't be a factor for many players out there in the field. They saved the most challenging tee shot for the 18th, which leads up to an elevated green for the approach. That will be a fun hole to watch this week. Hopefully provide some drama coming down the final stretch. Let's see what happens, guys.
That putt went a bit long there. This one's online. Now, nice to make a mid-range par putt. Sitting at 1 over for the day. Teeing off here at the 3rd hole. That was a little untidy, wasn't it? And here we are with the 3rd shot. Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? What's in front of them, Henny?
Setting up this putt 18 feet from the cup. This is what they have left for par.
And gets that putt of distance to go. And now let's head over to Harold Varner III.
He's currently 1 stroke better than his rival and playing partner today.
So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Currently at +1 for the day. Now we're on the 4th tee here at Jacobson Homestead, and it's a par 3, playing 181 off the back tees.
Yeah, that's about as far as you're going to see this par 3 play, Luke. Player's going to go in there with the mid, probably shortish iron. Obviously, with the water on the right, you want nothing to do with that side as the bank severely slopes downwards. Bailing out to left of the bunkers, not so hot either. But with just a short iron in your hand, you think that these players are good enough to fire right at it, don't you?
Well, here's an unlikely player. A little bit of an underdog, you say?
Yes, but everybody on the PGA Tour can play. He's just an unknown quantity at the moment. I'm excited to watch.
And the putt drops, and we're moving on. Welcome to the tee of a par 4. Taking aim from about 180 yards here. 5 strokes behind our leader. Going with the 5-iron here.
Ooh, yeah, no, not where they wanted to go. This one's left.
Getting ready to play their 3rd. 5 shots off the pace. A good opportunity here, just 6 feet to the hole. Yeah, we'll take that.
This player is putting for fun.
And now heading over to Harold Varner III.
He's 2 strokes ahead in this group rivalry today.
The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. Time to tee off at the 6th. Is this one heading into the sand? This sand shot awaits. That's not what they hoped for. I'm definite about that. Looks to have opted for the 8-iron.
Yeah, this is lovely.
Seemed to lose the handle on that shot.
Distance control nearly impossible coming out of this rough.
Wow, that almost went in the hole. Very crafty, that shot.
Gotta say, his short game is phenomenal.
Well, what about that, Rich? A great display of resilience.
Absolutely. In the bunker, off the tee, getting that one, that is a Brucey bonus.
Wow, that was just striped. Sitting at 2 over for the day. Going with the pitching wedge here. Good sounding strike, that one.
Fought against the wind to stick that one.
And now let's head over to Harold Varner III.
He's happy, just came off a birdie.
Let's get back to it, shall we? 8 feet to the cup. Ooh. An opportunity to make their par. Unable to take advantage of the great approach there, Rich. Nicely played. Moving on up the leaderboard now after that hole. Let's see what happens here at the 8th. Going with the 5-wood. That was a bit of a miscue.
Oh, as we can see there, the wind definitely affecting that shot.
Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
Setting up this putt 11 feet from the cup. An important par save.
Now 6 strokes back after that hole. Here we are at the final hole on the front 9. Yeah, that one will play. The history of golf has been littered with some great characters. For the modern game, Harold Varner III is right up there. A really personable guy, just effervescent. And I think, Rich, the only thing we're all waiting for is that first W to come. He seems to deserve it.
I can't wait to see what happens when he gets that first W. Oh, it's going to be blissfully fun. He's such an engaging personality that you can't help but just like him. He is out there enjoying every single moment of being on the PGA Tour, playing against the best in the world, and he believes that he can hang with every single one of those players. It hasn't kind of shown up yet, but there's no doubt in my mind, with the belief that he has in his own game, that alone will carry him to a win on the PGA Tour sooner than later, and I'm thinking it could happen as early as this year.
Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. Oh, looking to make a statement here, going with driver off the tee. Good shot there. It's a fairway finder for sure. Second shot here at the 10th. This one might just sneak off the fairway. And now heading over to Harold Varner III.
He's currently ahead in this rivalry. Let's see what happens.
This lie's not great. Well struck. Just 10 feet to the cup here.
Short game has been absolutely fantastic today.
A bit long on that one. Okay, steady now. 3 feet to go here to the hole.
This will be a good bogey.
Trailing by 8 strokes now after that hole. And on the tee now, coming off the bogey. Might have a bit of a sting in the tail, I'd imagine. Second shot here on the 11th. Fingers crossed for a good kick to the left. And not a bad approach. He'll be putting. What have they got in front of them here, Henny?
Just got to use the touch of a feather. Barely has to blow on it. This is just downhill.
Wow, that's misjudged. Putting for a par now. This one's dialed in. That'll be frustrating, inches from making that putt. And that's a couple of bogeys on the bounce, I'm afraid.
Yeah, making one bad mistake with another, compounding it, not good.
Currently at 4 over for the day. And after a bogey at the last, they're looking for a big drive on this hole. A tad wayward, but still on the surface.
There's a long way, but I tell you what, I've seen it happen before, so there's a chance.
Not sure if they understood the lie of the land there, Rich. Was on a good line. Pretty straightforward 4-footer coming up here. That's a good putt to make, that one. And now let's head over to Harold Varner III.
Oh, he's out in front here in this rivalry, but can he stay that way?
Oh my, how about that for a par?
Well, when your rival plays golf every single second of the day and eats birdies for breakfast, lunch and dinner, this is what you get.
The leader now has a one-stroke advantage. This hole is a par 4. This one might roll into the rough. That'll hurt. 3 consecutive bogeys.
That's definitely left of the green.
Anything in 5 feet to be handy from here. Didn't quite have the right stuff there. Putting for a par here.
Yep, tracking well.
That's a good putt for par. You'll take it. And now heading over to Harold Varner III.
He's currently ahead in this rivalry. Let's see what happens.
And after that effort, that's how it looks. Our current leader is enjoying a 2-stroke lead. We find ourselves on the tee, one of the stronger par 4s on the back 9 here at Jacobson Homestead. The 14th playing 483, Rich, from the tips.
Yeah, generous landing area, thankfully out to the right-hand side. Obviously a bunker down the left, and if you miss it even further left, there's water lurking. But the second shot, this is where it gets slippery. This is where it gets dangerous, especially to a back right hole location. All of a sudden, the water down the right-hand side comes into full view. Bailing out to the left in the bunker, not so hot either. Tell you what, it takes a brave player to fire at this flag stick.
Setting up to play the shot here from the green side rough. Ooh, that almost went down. And this one is for bogey. That will work. Currently at 6 over par. Here we have a par 5. That's a good-looking shot there from around 220 yards.
Wind's blowing right to left here, and they're going to go ahead and ride the one in here.
Yeah, disappointing not to find the surface, Rich, but I like that play.
Oh, the wind wreaks havoc with another golf ball.
What's in front of them, Henny, with this putt?
This is downhill. Can't be too bold.
And now let's head over to Harold Varner III.
Coming off a bogey on the last hole.
So after that effort, this is what the leaderboard looks like. Our leader is enjoying a 3-stroke advantage. Teeing off here on the 16th hole.
Look, coming off a birdie at the last hole, this player finally is making something happen. Looking forward to the next hole, but danger lurks if they're not careful.
Didn't that look good for a long time? Well, a lovely opportunity to save par here. Yeah, good putt. Well holed. Our current leader is up by 3 shots. Looks like this one's heading safely for the fairway. Playing from around 210 yards here.
Wind is blowing left to right. Going to try and hold it against the wind.
And here we are with the third shot. Oh, that almost went in. Yeah, that's a top little chip shot, that one.
Just eyeballing that one, trying to make it.
And now heading over to Harold Varner III.
Oh, he's out in front here in this rivalry, but can he stay that way?
It's time to check on the leaderboard. Our leader is enjoying a 3-stroke advantage. Rich, we find ourselves on the finishing hole here at Jacobson Homestead, and it seems strange to be playing it just at 400 yards.
I tell you what, though, I like this finishing hole because it gives you options. You don't have to necessarily hit driver here. If you do, you got to take it over some pretty tall trees, and you can't miss it to the left-hand side. The safe play, lay it out to the right, but now your second shot becomes just a little bit longer, a little bit more difficult to get it that close to the hole. I love the options you have on this finishing hole. A great opportunity for one final birdie.
Didn't quite judge the speed on that one. There's 17 feet remaining to the hole. Just couldn't quite get it to drop. And with that putt, concludes this players round. And as we take a look at our rivalry results, it's a big thank you to Henny for bringing us all the magic from the course today.
Thank you, Luke. The pleasure was all mine. I got to see some incredible shots and some not so good stuff, but what a day.
Well, that just about concludes our coverage. I'm Luke Elvey, and on behalf of Rich Beam, plus all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, it's good night for now. .2K Sports and the PGA Tour proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Shriners Hospitals for Children Open is about to start. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and out on the course following our featured group is the delightful Henny Koyak. Hello, Henny.
Hi, Luke. I'm very much looking forward to bringing you the action from the golf course for this week's featured group. Now, there is a sense of maybe fear, heightened competition this week, as this player has said that they're starting up a rivalry with their playing partner.
No kidding, Henny. This player, he seems to have picked out Bubba Watson as the man to beat. That's ambitious.
Luke, you know when you think that you've got a player on the ropes, maybe they're in the middle of the trees, in the middle of a bunker, and you think they've got no shot. And then they do, in fact, put it to 2 feet. And then you're really frustrated. That's Bubba, every single time. He's that player.
No, you can't out-Bubba Bubba, can you? There's nothing elementary about this, Watson, is there? Can't wait to see how this rivalry plays out, though.
And what's in front of them there, Henny?
Setting up here from about 140 yards.
Okay, let's get back to it, shall we? Scorecard filled with threes never hurts. Good putt to make this. Oh, so close. This putt's about 4 feet from the hole.
This is what they have left for par here.
That gets the job done.
He's currently tied for 7th. The third hole at TPC Summerlin is a very strong par 4 measuring 492 yards. There's a huge ravine that works right up through the middle of this. It requires a very strong drive up the right half to go at this green in 2. There is a big fairway to the left if you want to tuck over and get up and down for your par that way. He's currently tied for 3rd.
Gotta like it, moving up the leaderboard, never a bad thing.
Looking to ride the momentum after coming off a birdie here with this shot. Great shot. What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
Setting up from about 130 yards out.
And now to Bubba Watson.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Okay, time to return to the action. And this putt to move into a tie for 2nd. That was a gallant attempt. Big putt for par coming up. Well, it was a wonderful approach shot, wasn't it? But unfortunately having to settle for par.
Couldn't convert after 2 good shots there. Disappointment as they're so close to the lead.
The 5th at TPC Summerlin is a par 3 measuring 197 yards. Depending on where they put the tees on this hole ensures the type of club you need to get at it. If you're going at it, make sure you avoid that bunker that's short and right. And just about 8 feet left to the hole.
Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
He's 2 strokes behind his rival this week.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard. He's currently tied for 4th. The 6th at TPC Summerlin is a staking par 4, playing 430 yards. There's a big waste area up to the left-hand side that needs to be avoided. If you can position your drive on the right half of this fairway, it gives you the best shot up the hill to a green that is not protected by any bunkers.
Got great connection here. Yeah, this is looking good.
And this putt to move them into a tie for 2nd. A bit long on that one. Well, that's a momentum maintainer. Well done. He's currently tied for 5th. The 7th at TPC Summerlin is a short par 4 measuring just 382 yards off the tips. Really, you just want to avoid the trees on the left-hand side because that will prevent you getting at the green, which is well guarded by bunkers and trees. Lay up, short right, a nice little wedge in here, and try and make a birdie. And that will drop in for birdie. And that will take him to 3 under. That's a chance for a good shot here from the fairway bunker. Let's take a look at the leaderboard as it stands. Now 3 strokes back after that hole. The 8th at TPC Summerlin is a big par 3 playing 239 from the tips. A well-struck shot will avoid the gully here, but anything to the left half can roll off the green. The bunker short rider also to be avoided, so you don't make a sloppy bogey. Well, this would be a good one to make. It's for par. Just hammered that through the line. That's just about 3 feet away. Ooh, a little bit of a rush of blood by the looks of it. Ouch, that hurts. And this next putt is for triple bogey.
And now to Bubba Watson.
It's been neck and neck. He's actually tied with his rival. This is tough. Can he do it?
And unfortunately dropping back to level with the card. The ninth at TPC Summerlin is a par 5 measuring over 563 yards. Really, the main aim here is to just avoid that bunker off the left of the tee. Then, if safely in the fairway, you can get after this green. A strong shot will play to the left half of this green and feed down to any hole location. A birdie chance, no doubt. Oh, I love this type of courage, Rich. Going forward in 2.
Absolutely love watching a player be bold and be rewarded for it.
Nice one. 4th birdie of the day. And that will take him to 1 under. He's currently tied for 13th. The 10th at TPC Sutherland is the beginning hole of a back 9 that has many challenges and also a lot of fun holes. Not overly long at 420 yards. You're just trying to avoid any trouble off the tee so you can get a clear shot at this green. A chance to begin the back 9 with a birdie. This putt coming up is for birdie. And this player's moving up on the leaderboard after that hole. 2 great shots are required here because this hole is a long par 4.
That tee shot looks pretty good.
As we test ourselves here in the closing 9 at TPC Summerlin, what's this second shot into 11 like?
It's a very unfriendly second shot. This green sits above the fairway a good 4 to 5 feet. If you hit it long, you've got no hope of getting it up and down. A very scary shot, to say the least. If you walk away from a par here, happy days.
Let's take a look at the current standings.
Trailing by a few shots after that hole.
Managing to chase down the leaders, closing that gap. Gotta like it. Pretty good shot there.
Do you like the view from where you're standing, Henny?
He's looking at perhaps 175, I'd say.
Getting ready to play their 3rd.
3 shots off the lead.
He has this putt to save his par. That wasn't your best effort, was it? Well, that'll avoid a number of drop shots. Well hold. Now 4 back after that hole. The 13th at TPC Summerlin is a monster par 5 measuring over 600 yards from the back tees. The big hitters with a tail breeze can cover that bunker on the left-hand side. But if you want to lay up, make sure you've given yourself the right number because there's a lot to this green and plenty of ways to 3-putt it. Be careful on approach. Oh, I thought that one was going in. And mark it down. That's birdie number 7 on the scorecard. And that puts him into the top 5 for the tournament. This is their 5th shot. And let's see what that shot did to the leaderboard. He's in a share of 3rd place.
Well, now things have gotten interesting. Closing the gap.
The 14th at TPC Summerlin is a straightaway par 3 playing 168 yards. The green slopes right to left, so make sure you've got the right length of club so you're not left with a long putt. Oh, just missed. Oh, I don't mind this par putt.
Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Currently at -3 for the round. The 15th at TPC Sutherland is a great short par 4. In fact, a lot will try and drive it in the tournament. If you want to lay it back, you've got around about 115 yards uphill to a green where you can't see those back hole locations. However, a good aggressive play here must avoid the pot bunkers around the greens or the big waste area to the left. A chance to make a birdie here or even an eagle.
And now to Bubba Watson.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Let's catch up with the current proceedings. And Henny, what are they looking at here?
This is a 12-footer here. This is their look at birdie.
Steady on. This putt is about 8 feet. And the putt drops now at 3 under, heading down the stretch.
And just a few holes remaining. Let's see what they can produce.
The 16th at TPC Summerlin is another one of those great scoring holes en route to the finish. A par 5 playing 560 yards. A well-struck drive up the right half here gives you a chance to get at this green in 2. If you are going for the green, make sure you've got enough club, because that huge penalty area in front of it will ruin any score. Be careful going through the green here as well, because getting down from over the back is not that easy. And that's 8 birdies today. And that will take him to 4 under. The 17th at TPC Summerlin is a downhill par 3 playing 196 yards. Jonathan Byrne once famously holed out in the playoff here to snatch the title. The green shapes right to left towards the hazard, so make sure if you're going to go for it, be very accurate. This putt is for a share of second.
And if he should make it, tied going into the final hole.
And here we are with the 3rd shot. And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks. Currently 4 under for the round. The 18th at TPC Summerlin is a 444-yard par 4 with a big body of water just beyond the gully, which you've got to drive. Make sure you avoid those bunkers on the right side to give you a good iron into this green.
Playing from around 150 yards here, just 3 strokes back.
This looks to be heading to the green. Well, Rich, from where I'm sitting, this looks makeable. Do you agree?
Luke, I gotta say, I don't like their chances. I have been wrong once before, but I really can't remember when that was.
And that'll wrap things up for him here at this tournament.
Well, Henny, we saw some extraordinary shot making out on the course here today. We saw some phenomenal play when it mattered most. A win over Bubba Watson, you'd put that in your kit bag and take it.
Absolutely you would. As we mentioned off the top, Luke, this player was gunning for the fearless Bubba Watson, and they proceeded to beat him. It was a great performance to watch this week, and I'm looking forward to seeing where this player's career goes from here.
Well, that'll just about do it. On behalf of Rich Beam, I'm Luke Elvey. Thanks for tuning in. Look forward to your company next time.
.2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup.
Today's coverage of the Champions Invitational is about to begin.
I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group today.
Hey guys, yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing these two go at it again. It was a great rivalry first time round, and now, more so than ever, they're going to want to beat each other.
Rich, how do you see this one playing out?
Look, Ricky Fowler came out on top last time they played, so let's see who brings their A game and gets the victory today.
Well, it will be interesting to keep an eye on this one right throughout this event.
Well, Rich, it's become a bit of a new age thing on tour. A couple of rivalries that heat up on social media. We've seen a number of other players that call each other out. What have you made of this social media age?
Well, you better have thick skin if you're going to get into the social media arena. Thankfully, they didn't have it when I was out there on tour, because I don't know if I could handle it. I certainly couldn't be trusted with it back then. But I think if you're going to go into that arena, you have to treat social media like it's just something that it's fun to do. If you do go down that rabbit hole in social media, you better be prepared for the consequences.
And down it goes. And after that performance, they'll stay right where they are in the standings. Well, I like the look of the line here. They should find the fairway from about 100 yards. Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge. We need this one to bounce right. Oh, terrific approach. And a chance for birdie here at the third.
And that will put them ahead of their rival. A great performance on this hole.
And that'll move him to even par for the tournament.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
Nicely done. Going with the 9-iron, I think. Come on, sit.
Now let's switch our focus to Ricky Fowler.
He's one stroke behind his rival in this event.
And back to the play, shall we? Okay, Henny. What's he looking at with this putt?
This one will run uphill.
Just didn't drop.
An opportunity to make a par here.
So, no movement on the leaderboard there, remaining at even overall. Hoping for a bounce here, preferably to the left. Well, that's beautifully judged.
Of all the shots that I like the most, that one ranks right up there.
This putt to join those amongst the top 10 on the leaderboard. A par putt on the table.
Now 3 strokes back after that hole. Setting up now on a par 4.
Really hoping they play this one aggressively.
Second shot here on the 6th. Gee, I think they've got the handle of this game, Rich. Fairways and greens. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it?
A par putt awaits. Now over to Ricky Fowler.
He's feeling good, just birdied the last hole.
Why don't we catch up with Ricky Fowler?
What a shot! Almost went in the bucket. And how did that shot impact the score? Let's have a look at the leaderboard. Teeing off here at the 7th.
Oh, that's piped. That's heading down the runway.
And Rich, this player is competitive, but they've got to find another way to go to the next level.
They've only had a couple of top 5s on the season this year. It's good, but it needs to get better in order to turn great and get that first win.
Even for the day. How close was that to going down? Okay, let's head to the next.
Now let's switch our focus to Ricky Fowler.
He's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
Trailing by a few shots after that hole. Just a couple to play here on the opening 9. Here's the tee shot at the 8th. And after that par, they're looking for something good here. This would be a great up and down from this spot. Wow, that almost went in the hole. Oh, these are good for the momentum, these ones, right on 8 feet.
This is what they have left for a par.
A bit too much pace on that one.
In she goes. Let's head to the next. Trailing by 5 shots after that hole. Time to face a par 4 now. From about 200 yards out. 5 shots off the lead. Well, a little off the target with that one. Ooh, that almost went down. 7 feet to the cup.
This one to save par.
That one raced by. Bit of work coming back.
In it goes, and that's unfortunately back-to-back bogeys.
2 bogeys in a row, never a good sign. Now playing a little defensively.
Well, that's got to have some impact on the scoreboard. Let's take a look. This is the transition point of the round, making the turn, heading for home. How do you rate this player's performance so far?
They're behind their rival right now through 9 holes, but there's lots of time, lots of opportunities on this back 9 to make up. It'll be interesting to see how it all ends up.
Getting ready to play their third. Oh, that one just missed the hole.
Now over to Ricky Fowler.
He's currently ahead in this rivalry. Let's see what happens.
Let's return to live play now. This putt of about 7 feet to the hole. That's frustrating. And this one is for his par.
And there it is. Tiger Woods back in his familiar spot, currently leading the event as we head to the next hole.
The 11th at Echo Park is a par 4 stretching at 430 from the back tees.
Just a slight bit uphill off the tee shot. Find a spot at that far bunker, Luke, that you want to aim at and go ahead and turn it loose. From there, second shot goes over a nice little meandering stream that wanders throughout the golf course to a green, clover-like in appearance, but I gotta say, this is really one of the coolest holes on the golf course. I love it.
Don't want to state the obvious, Rich, but a little too hard, that one. Ooh, right by the hole. 4 feet to the cup. Yep, well holed for bogey. Let's see what happens here at the 12th.
This one headed left.
This player is making a statement with that approach shot. I think this rivalry with Ricky Fowler is really inspiring him to fire at those flags.
Ooh. And this one will be for bogey. Back-to-back bogeys is never nice, but in she goes.
2 bogeys in a row, never a good sign. Have to see if they can rebound from that.
Good shot there, Beamer. Opting for the 5-wood. Well, this one might need to get down a little. And now we go to the 18th, and this happened just a moment ago.
Simply amazing what he does from here.
Let's get back to it, shall we? And here we are with the 3rd shot. Didn't that look good for a long time? Well, I hope he makes this one. It's for par. Oh, so close. Just 3 feet to the cup. Job done. Let's head to the next.
And the entire field looks up at that familiar sight and sees the name of Tiger Woods on top.
Coming off a streak of 3 bogeys. This one looks to be slightly offline here. Getting ready to play their 3rd. Oh, I thought that one was going in. And this putt coming up for his par. Time to take a look at what this par 4 might be in order. Nicely done. Going with the 7.
Should find the green.
That was exactly what the doctor ordered.
Absolutely. In there close. Good look at birdie coming up.
Now let's switch our focus to Ricky Fowler.
Oh, he's out in front here in this rivalry, but can he stay that way?
And all of them are chasing Tiger once again as we move to the next.
Oh, well played. Into birdie range here at the 16th. A wonderful putt. You can claim it. Back-to-back birdies.
2 in a row there, Luke. Getting their groove on.
Teeing off here on the 17th hole. And that's a nice strike. This one should find the fairway.
And Henny, what are you seeing down there?
Setting up here from about 175 yards.
That should find the surface. All right, Henny. What's he got in front of him here with this putt?
Setting up this putt 21 feet from the cup. Little birdie look in here.
9 feet to the cup. It was on a good line. Yeah, well hold. Let's move on to the next.
Now over to Ricky Fowler.
Yeah, he just made bogey on that last one.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard.
Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead.
And now teeing off on the final hole of this round.
And here we are with the third shot.
Yep, that'll work. That's fine.
This putt for a final score of 75. Oh, he's up, Tiger. He's got a par putt here. Let's see if he can make it. Ouch, that hurts. Those are the kind of putts the best in the world make with monotonous regularity. And this next putt here is for a double bogey. And that signs off on today's round. No W to celebrate there, Rich, but you think plenty of positives to take away from it?
Always something to learn in this game, and hopefully this player has learned a lot.
Well, that just about concludes our coverage. On behalf of Rich Beam, I'm Luke Helvey. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.